Hello, and welcome to Industryland Smart Security webinar, Go to Market with Tuya Security. Industryland is a webinar series featuring IoT-enabled PaaS and SaaS solutions for different industry verticals, presented by Tuya Smart. I'm Leanne Salvatore, Marketing Manager of Tuya's North American region. I'm delighted to be joined by my colleague, Brent Korn, the Director of SaaS Products here at Tuya. He will give a brief introduction of Tuya's platform and solutions. He will be followed by our featured speaker, Tony Riggs, CTO of SparkAlert. So Tony is a technology veteran and an actual Marine veteran. He's been providing technology solutions to institutions for more than 2 decades. He is passionate about new technologies and is always pushing the forefront of innovation to provide the best possible solutions for his clients. So Tony will share his go-to-market journey with Tuya, describing how he was able to build a brand and enter the smart security market quickly and affordably. He will touch on understanding the Tuya solution and how Tuya can help you go to market. He will talk about developing a brand and choosing a monitoring service partner, selecting factories, and go-to-market strategy. The content you see today has been pre-recorded, but both Brent and Tony will be with us at the end for live Q&A. So please put all of your questions into the Zoom Q&A box, and we will answer as many questions as time permits. Also, this video is being recorded. Okay, let's get started.
Hi, I'm Brent Korn, Sales Director at Tuya Smart North America, and I'm delighted to be kicking off this episode of Industryland Go to Market with Tuya Smart, along with our partner Tony Riggs of SparkAlert. Let me provide a quick introduction of Tuya Smart and how we help our partners successfully enter or expand into the smart security market quickly and affordably. Tuya Smart is a leading global IoT platform that connects the intelligent needs of consumers, manufacturers, brands, OEMs, and retail chains. The platform provides developers with a one-stop IoT platform as a service level solution that contains hardware and software development tools, global cloud services, and smart business platform development, offering comprehensive ecosystem empowerment from technology to marketing channels. Tuya allows companies to focus more on their business strategy than on product development. We have powerful IoT hardware development tools for developers to smart enable their products. With the Tuya IoT development platform and networking modules, developers can quickly and easily make their devices smart, creating their own branded app in as little as 10 minutes and getting to mass production in as little as 15 days. Our IoT platform empowers end users to interact with multiple products from multiple brands on one simple, easy-to-use interface. This app experience allows users to control products not only for security, but also for home automation, energy tracking, health, or entertainment. Our powered by Tuya product ecosystem brings the interconnection between different devices, categories, and brands into reality, allowing them to be easily controlled within the same interface. Our platform is also protocol agnostic. We've also launched the Tuya Developer Platform. The platform allows developers to use existing smart business scenarios such as smart hospitality, smart residential, and smart security to produce their own software as a service solutions quickly and affordably. Tuya's security SaaS solution covers various applications, including home security, alarm monitoring, smart medical alert, fire and flood alert, building automation, and access control. The target market covers not only residential security, but also commercial and multifamily buildings. The solution suite includes one web portal and 2 apps. The web portal serves as an entry for different vertical applications like smart locks and access control management, alarm monitoring stations, and medical alert. There's an end user app to control devices and another app for service providers and installers to commission, maintain devices, and to handle alarm and video events. Since Tuya's security solution is based on cloud architecture, it is scalable, open, and can be customized. We provide SDKs and cloud APIs so that developer partners can integrate our software capabilities into their system and launch with the cloud provider of their choice. Tuya's IoT platform has smart-enabled 410,000 device SKUs in 1,100 categories worldwide, serving over 384,000 global developers across over 220 countries and regions. Tuya's value-added services can help you build new and recurring revenue streams for your business. We like to say that Tuya has done all the hard work already so that your partners can simply plug in. Our knowledgeable team, innovative technology tools, and vast resources allow our partners to enter the smart security market quickly, easily, and successfully. Thank you.
Hi, welcome to the webinar. My name is Tony Riggs with SparkAlert. We are a US-based home security platform for homes and small businesses alike. Today we're going to talk about why we chose to partner with Tuya. And there are several reasons, but we're going to get right into it. Tuya's strength is they help brands like SparkAlert by providing intelligent interconnectivity components along with a mature SaaS platform for deploying solutions to end customers. Now, that's a mouthful, but basically what they are is the brains of the insides of the sensors, motion sensors, on all the products that are run on the Tuya platform. So, the other thing is Tuya provides a robust and smart ecosystem, along with the substantial resources and knowledge in growing a brand from initial discussion all the way to the go-to-market phase. And I can tell you firsthand, this is very true. What they have constructed and what they've done as a company is you can virtually start off with an idea and take it to the end, including sales, such as what we're doing today. And we've done this all in a very short period of time. So Tuya also has an extensive global connection to factories, marketplaces, and its own value-added services, VAS, ranging from custom solutions to marketing. So if you have a need for marketing with your product, with your brand, you can go to Tuya and they can help you to shoot videos, make content, take pictures of your products. They can also do customized solutions with your app if you're going to create your own app. So this great ecosystem that they've constructed is a great opportunity for you to create a brand in the security market. And they also have other markets as well, but in our case for SparkAlert, it's the security market. So these are some of the things that, that we really like about Tuya and why we chose to partner with them. So another great reason that we partnered with Tuya was, as I mentioned before, it allowed SparkAlert to ramp up quickly and save on development costs, such as not having to hire engineers right away, not having to hire marketers right away, not having to do product design, production, packaging. All these services Tuya helps with. They're able to come in, give you their vast amount of knowledge, their vast amount of resources. Their employees are experts in the field. They've been doing this for a long time, and that's a great thing. So we've been able to save those costs. And with saving those costs, we've been able to devote resources to marketing to consumers, which is vital in our B2C business model. So business to consumer model, how we've got to reach out and please every consumer on the market is that we have to be able to say, here's the product, it's completely done, and here's something that you should buy because it's worth your attention. And it's going to do good for you. So saving on all these costs, you add them all up. If you were to do this from scratch, you're going to spend money on all the different things that you need to do, the research and development, the marketing. Like I said, you're going to have all these costs coming in. And so with Tuya, Spark Alert didn't have that. So we've been able to go to market, show, we're on Amazon now, we're have our website up, we are marketing and we're targeting the segments of society to see, to get our product out into the market. So with this, Spark Alert has increased its speed to market by partnering with Tuya. And another benefit is Tuya has a vast amount of products on the Tuya platform. So Spark Alert didn't have to go and try to figure out what company is going to make what product and make sure it works. There's already proven products on the market that already work with Tuya's brains, powered by Tuya. And these products we can simply add to our platform and to our app, and we can get them to work and go through the testing phase and do our research and development and get these to work. So that's another great benefit of partnering with Tuya. So the next topic we're going to talk about is how we develop the brand. Okay, so Spark Alert was formed in 2020 to provide low-cost 24/7 monitoring with easy-to-install hardware. Now we do use the Zigbee platform. That doesn't mean that we can't use wireless or some other technologies with our platform. But combined with Tuya's turnkey security SaaS solution to help customers protect their homes or businesses without the hassles of long-term contracts. The biggest thing in the security industry right now is that consumers sign up with 24/7 monitoring solutions with their products, and they're often wired, and if they're signed into a 3-year contract, then the consumer is stuck there. There's no price adjustment. So we're really aimed to solve that problem, to make it easy for people to get their security, be monitored, and if they want to move, if they're in an apartment and they want to move to another apartment, they can just take their product down, no wires, no drilling, take their product down and go to the next apartment and keep their monitoring going. Or if they want to move from one house to another, they simply take their product with them. If they want to terminate their 24/7 monitoring, then they can do that. If there's a reason, they're moving out of the country, or they're taking time off, or they have some financial issues, they can simply stop paying their monitoring fees. And they can monitor themselves. And that's where we fit into the DIY space as well. So that's a big, big plus on how we went to develop a brand. We did our market research. We looked at what the problems were. And again, the problems were high contract fees, having to drill in and run wires for security solutions, old technology. So with newer technology, we can move forward. So here's a funny story. Spark Alert, it was first formed when we were at a networking event. We were walking by, we saw a booth, we saw an employee with Tuya, and we said, "Hey, who are you?" And we started having some conversations with them, and those conversations turned into a couple more conversations. And pretty soon we were having 4 or 5, 6-hour conversations talking about what Tuya does and how we could help solve a problem in the marketplace. And that's how Spark Alert was born in concept. Aside from the normal business strategies to establish a company, Spark Alert learned how to work with Tuya. So in the B2C market is an entirely different market. So we learned how to work with Tuya. We learned how to work with factories, developers, and we've had to learn how to market to consumers. So even though we may have come from a B2G or a B2B business, we're now in a B2C. So Spark Alert has really learned a lot of these things with the advantage of having Tuya at our side, helping us to understand these things. So it's very important that when you go to develop a brand, you do your market research, you look into what you're wanting to solve, the problem you want to solve, and then you put your all into it. You look for great mentors. You look for great companies to partner with. And then you focus. Okay, now we want to talk about how Spark Alert chose a monitoring service partner. So, creating a DIY security brand with an RMR model is not easy. With the security market being a traditional market, Spark Alert had to research the necessity of crossing into a new security monitoring world while embarking on selecting a 24/7 monitoring company. Now, what does this mean? So, traditionally, alarm companies have a monitoring service. And when you go to do those monitoring services, you have to get certified in every state. You have to have lots of insurance. You have to do all these things that are traditional security companies. A little different from DIY. DIY typically doesn't have monitoring. Okay, what we did is we went out and we searched the marketplace, just like when we created our company. You have to search for a good partner that's going to work with what you're doing to solve the problem that you have. So that's what we did. So we selected a monitoring company that was nimble and able to integrate with Tuya and accommodating to Spark Alert's need to scale quickly. So again, what does that mean? We went with a company that did not require us to have 100,000 subscribers in the first day. We didn't have to lay out a bunch of capital to have these bills paid for having subscribers that weren't on our database. So we chose a company that was nimble, that was able to do the integration, that was accommodating. And so you can see how that all fits together. That's something that Spark Alert needed to succeed and something that the monitoring company was willing to offer. With the monitoring solution Spark Alert chose, we were able to onboard 24/7 monitoring and video monitoring without having to build out a nationwide call center. So the 24/7 monitoring company that we have, they already have a call center. The calls are already routed. Customers are able to call in, as soon as a sensor is triggered or a camera motion is triggered. It's just like any other security system. The event is sent to the monitoring company. The monitoring company reaches out to the consumer and finds out if everything's okay. This was a huge advantage for us, searching for the right partner that matched who Spark Alert was. And not only that, worked with Tuya. So a great thing that we really appreciated while working with Tuya is that they were able to recommend monitoring companies to us. And then we were able to go and vet them and make sure that they fit with our brand. All right, so now we're going to talk about selecting a factory. As mentioned before, Tuya has extensive relationships with factories that manufacture products that meet Spark Alert's needs. These factories, like I said, they work with Tuya already. They already put the brains inside of the sensors, motion sensors, and the other products that we need for our platforms. So these extensive relationships are really, really good. We're able to vet quickly. We're able to research who they are. We're able to talk with them. Different time zones, obviously, but we're able to meet with them. We're able to talk with them, do video conferences with them. So because of this, Spark Alert was quickly able to work with referred factories to acquire sample products for testing on our platform and with our app. Where is this important? You have to test the products coming from your factories. Okay, in order to roll out your app, you need to make sure that you have sample products so that you can ensure that everything works properly. Now, a lot of factories, they say your samples, you could have, you need to order 1,000 or 500. But with the relationships that Tuya has, you can order 10 or 20 different of some product so that it meets your needs and can do all the testing you have. Because you have to be doing all this in unison. You have to be finding a factory. You have to be getting the packaging ready. You have to be testing with your app. You have to be working with your marketing team. All these in unison to make sure that the product you're getting works. So the factories we chose were able to also help guide us on boxing requirements and provide us with product templates to design packaging to align with our brand. Why is this important for you? Because packaging matters. Shipping is expensive. So if you have the right factory that's going to work with you and you can get the designs made, you're going to do that all in unison with what you're doing. But again, these factories already work with Tuya, and that's a great benefit to you starting a brand. Spark Alert was able to build a relationship with the factory representatives that we chose so that we could have constant contact with them and build trust between our companies. I know that there's times that we're talking to our factory at 5 in the morning, at 2 in the morning, at 12 at midnight, because you want to build that relationship. And again, that relationship is vetted by Tuya currently, and it helps you to have a good relationship with Tuya and the factory. So you have two people that you can reach out to make sure that you're staying on track. All right, thanks. So what was our go-to-marketing strategy? This is a fun one because this is when you put all the hard work in and you have to start selling your product. You have to start getting your customers buy-in to everything that you have built. Okay, so Sparkler, being built as a business-to-consumer RMR platform, recurring monthly revenue platform, required us to utilize a new marketing strategy to develop a quick bond of trust with the consumer so they will feel confident choosing Sparkler. Okay, let me say that again. You have to build trust with your consumer. The only way you can do that is through marketing. So you have to have a good go-to-marketing strategy. Okay, and to get an RMR platform off the ground is not an easy task on itself, but it will come if you're able to build that trust, and you build that trust through your brand. So some of the things we had to do is Sparkler had to make sure that the packaging, again, I went back and talked about the factories, but the packaging is important. You have to have a cohesive feel. The packaging, the website, the products all have to have a cohesive look, feel, and to ensure branding is recognized in all the required channels, in all the marketing channels. If you think about any brand out there, every time you see it, you recognize it. You understand what it's there for. You understand the trust that you're putting into that particular brand. Just look around at anything you have. Why do you have it? You trust that brand. Okay, so your go-to-marketing strategy is the funnest, but it's showing all the hard work that you put into developing this product, developing your brand, developing your company. Okay, Sparkler also developed an e-commerce page. Everybody has to have that. Okay, you have to have an e-commerce page, and it has to match with everything you're doing, your product pictures. You can't be putting on pictures for sample products that don't have your branding on it. You want to make sure everything's cohesive. The same colors, the same styles, the same fonts, all that has to be there, okay? You could also purchase online, like for Sparkler. We've also done set our product up on Amazon. Okay, Amazon is a marketplace. I'm sure everybody's familiar with it. But the same thing applies there. Your go-to-market strategy is to go after some of these marketplaces. So Walmart's, the Amazons, but all your branding has to be consistent. So when they bounce from your website to Amazon or to Walmart or to just regular old Google, they have to make sure that they're seeing the same brand, the same colors, the same philosophy, so that they can develop trust with your company. Okay? And last but not least, in your go-to-market strategy, you have to have an app, right? So when you're getting your product built with Tuya and you're going through the process, you're also going to be developing an app at the same time. So when you're putting your app into the Google Play Store or to the Apple Store, it all has to look and feel the same. So currently our app is in both of those places. Not the funnest of tasks to do, but you have to get it done, and it has to be accurate, and it has to look the same. Remember, trust in your brand is important. So as we continue on with our go-to-marketing strategy, as you know, we just talked about apps. So an app for your company and your brand, you got to get into the Apple Store, the Google Store. They have their own requirements on how to get apps into their stores. What we did, and like I said, it's a struggle, and you have to get through it, and you have to get everything done. But we were able to leverage our relationship with Tuya to ensure our app was launched successfully. This is going through lots of revisions, making sure all the pieces of the app work. There's nothing worse than having your customer open your app and it crash, then it have bugs. So Tuya is great at making sure it works. They've built a platform, their SaaS platform, and part of this is their apps. Now you can develop your own apps or you can use their platform. I would suggest that if you're trying to start out and build a brand, that you use their app, and you get it to fit to the way that your company branding is done. So that is something that you'll have to go through and get in your go-to-market strategy. Is making sure your apps are in the store and they're working, and then getting people to download them and utilize your service. So One of the other things that we're really trying to do is, for our go-to-market strategy, is we're working with building relationships with apartments and multifamily complex owners to reach out to consumers who need to install wireless security solutions without long-term contracts. Okay, the reason why we want to do that is, again, as I spoke before, if you're in an apartment complex, you don't have anybody monitoring your apartment. Usually you're just shutting your door, locking, and there's hundreds of people potentially in that apartment building. So wouldn't it be great to have a low-cost solution that you could put sensors on your door, put a camera up, put some motion sensors in, and it all come through to your phone. When it comes through to your phone, if you don't respond, then service is called to the apartment complex. Okay, you put in your apartment address, your apartment unit number, and services sent over to your address. The same with a multifamily complex. The reason why we're going after these markets is because it's untapped. There's no need to run wires and set up sophisticated security solutions just for you to find out if somebody's breaking in or entering your apartment or your multifamily house when you're not there. You want to feel protected and safe. And so that's part of our strategy, as well as reaching out to the average consumer and trying to inform them that here's a better solution for you, no contracts, low monthly fees, and that's where we want to excel, and that's the problems that we want to solve for, which again, if you remember in the beginning, that's what you need to do when you start a brand. Figure out what problem you're trying to solve. Okay? So, as you can see, starting a brand can be a challenge. Starting a new solution for solving a problem in the IoT world can be a challenge. But when you have great partners like Tuya, who have extensive knowledge and resources, you certainly can leverage those to make sure that you're going to have a successful launch. Now, it takes a lot of hard work, it takes some dedication, you have to be focused. Remember I said focus, focus, focus. This is important. They can't do everything for you. It's your company, your brand.
Well, thank you, Tony, so much for walking us through your journey of going to market with Tuya Security. It was quite a journey indeed. It sounds like there was, you were able to get to market quickly. Of course, there's always some challenges and struggles along the way, but I'm glad you really had fun during that go-to-market phase at the end. So if we could bring Tony on to start our Q&A. Great. Hi there, Tony.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing excellent. Thank you.
Great. And we do have Brent with us, if he can join in as well. He's actually driving, so he will not have his video up, but we'll see the questions that we got and coming in. So there is still time. So please, if you have some final questions, please do put them into that Q&A box, and we'll get started. So let me look at the questions there. And we'll start with Tony, our featured guest. I'll give you an easy one. Does Spark Alert sell outside the United States?
Currently, no, we do not sell outside the United States. However, you can buy our packages and ship them out, and you can do them DIY. You can do your monitoring DIY yourself. So it's something that is something that we hope to expand to in the future, but currently there's no monitoring service that we have outside of the US.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Let me give you another question, Tony. How many other products are you planning to add to the Spark Alert lineup?
Well, as you heard Brent say, there's several 100,000 items that can potentially be added to our brand offering. And currently we're looking at cameras with our security system, since we will be able to offer video monitoring. But we'll also we have tested air purifiers, lights, switches, leak detectors. I mean, there's a vast variety of products that we'll be adding. But with any company, as you grow, you don't want to outgrow the pace of the company. So we're testing some vital things that would definitely work in our packaging, which would for sure be cameras and some other types of sensors. But obviously with COVID, air purifiers are important. Just managing and seeing everything as people get back to work, or as you know, even if they're remote, we're looking at all those products to add into our system here in the near future.
That's great. That's wonderful. It's always nice to be able to, establish that brand and really get it kind of going, and then really seeing how you can expand. Because with the IoT, as we've been talking about, everything is interconnected, and so kind of the sky's the limit for what could be added on to these platforms. So that's great. Brent, are you available to take a question?
Yeah, you bet.
Okay, awesome. Someone wants to know, how long does it take to establish an OEM SaaS solution?
I mean, it depends on the complexity. On a base level, from a software perspective, usually between 30 and 60 days. If you select the basic, hardware stuff that's already existing, once you select your protocol, whether it be Zigbee or Wi-Fi or whatever it may be, if you're doing off-the-shelf kind of product and not doing some of the package customization like what Tony's talking about, then that can be a pretty short putt as well, around 30 days. The recommendation is more to go from a customization standpoint, obviously, like Tony talked about, building out your brand, it being your product. And that takes a little bit more time. I would probably say 90 to 120 days in that kind of time frame.
Great. Yeah, it's nice to know that, because we do work with so many, different vertical industries, and there's different, ways, that we can work together. And so it really kind of it's kind of tailor-made for each different customer. So that's great. Let's go back to Tony. What was the hardest thing about creating a B2C type SaaS company?
Wow, that's a good one. I would say, honestly, the hardest thing is the logistics of timing everything, from getting the samples to the app launch, to the website being created. Just the sheer fact of having to coordinate all these tasks to get a full company up and running in a short period of time. It's really, that's the hardest thing, the logistics. But again, with a great partner like Tuya, it makes it relatively simple to get the business up and running and have everything established. You just have to make sure you have all your timing, the logistics of getting everything done correctly, so you're not waiting around to move on to the next step. Everything has to be in tandem. So that would probably be the hardest thing.
Great answer. Yeah, and you really stressed, the focus and doing everything, concurrently, and in tandem together will really kind of help, keep that pace going. So that's great. Brent, there's a question about the app, and we did talk a lot about the app development and the web portal. So someone's asking, just how often is that updated?
So it really doesn't need to be updated a lot. Sometimes Google makes some changes, or there might be some changes or requirements through the app stores, whether it's Google or Apple. The basic package that Tuya offers. So there are a couple of different ways you can do it. You could use actually a standard application that Tuya offers, and there's no customization, and it won't be branded, and it's not recommended, but you can certainly do that and it'll reduce the cost. You can do a customized app where we're taking that same app but using your logo, kind of your information, and maybe changing a few things around here. And whenever we do that kind of a program, there is an option for 6 updates a year that you can kind of add on. It's a really low cost, and then you can do additional updates beyond that as they come up, as they're needed. But it's not really that common of a thing to have to do app updates. It's usually driven by something maybe that Google or Apple changes in their terms and conditions or something along those lines.
Okay, great, great. And then Tuya can help out with that, right? So we provide notifications and that sort
Yeah,
of.
absolutely. You basically just kind of reload the app. And then, so there are some customers that actually build their app from scratch, in which case they would be responsible for those updates, but then Tuya will help them manage that as well.
Great, great. And then one final question. Somebody's wondering about voice control, third-party voice control. So what does Tuya support there?
Yeah, I can do that one. So Tuya offers Google Home Assistant connectivity. So the OK Google or Hey Google, Amazon Alexa. We're actually the largest skill builder of Alexa in the world, so we can manage that as well. And we can do Siri also. One of the great things that we offer from that perspective is the ability to actually work on the skills for our customers and actually do the certification and hand them basically a finished product that all they have to do is upload to the store once the certifications are all complete. So we actually manage that end to end and hand them a solution that they can upload.
Great, great, wonderful. Well, I think that is going to do it for today. So definitely want to thank Tony and Brent for doing that pre-recorded session and also being here live, especially you, Brent. I hope you're driving safely. I know you're on your way to a client appointment, but thank you for joining us. And just a little last minute housekeeping. As I said, this webinar is being recorded. So all of the attendees and people who registered will be getting an email in the next coming days that will have a link to this recording. We will provide answers to all the questions that we shared. If anyone has follow-up questions after the webinar, you can send them to global_marketing@tuya.com. And also in that email that you will receive, there'll be a link to a questionnaire, and we would love it if you can, it's very brief, if you can click on that and answer some of those questions. That way we can continue to build and improve on this Industryland web series, and we can bring you the content, that you really want to see, and that will, help you in your own businesses. So again, thanks everyone for joining us, and we will see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.